Welcome, guys. Welcome back to my podcast. Yee! And today we're going to be reacting to a doorman video. This one is called 16-Year-Old Abandons His Parents. What happens next is shocking. This video is not going to be shocking because I can demonstrate this once again. Yeah, if you. I've had a pretty stressful day. My headphones broke and my shirt has shrunk. So, I've had a pretty hectic day as well as having COVID. So, yeah, it's been pretty hectic for me. Anyway, please subscribe, turn on the notification, and click the bell beside you. Anyway, let's jump right onto it, shall we? These videos, Doorman is terrible. Like, doesn't matter what type of doorman video you watch, it's always gonna be terrible. This title is just sounds like a joke. It's anyway.
We're eating hamburger helper again?
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're eating hamburger helper again?
I'm sorry, sweetie, but that's all we can afford right now.
You know, when I was a kid, there was days that we didn't even have any food. So, what's that got to do with me? Well, all I'm saying is sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone. I mean, I would have killed to have some hamburger helper when I was your age. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful for what you
Did
have,
you know
even
that
though I
my
probably
dad and
wouldn't
I
eat that.
actually met when we were your age?
Oh,
I
shut
don't
up.
remember if it was you.
Fuck off. Yeah, I'm pretty fussy. Like, you got to be grateful for the food you have. There's some people out there that are actually starving. So I agree. There's actually you should be grateful for what you have. Even though I'm a fussy person, I probably wouldn't eat it. What was it anyway? I don't even.
We didn't even have any food. So,
What is it?
we're eating hamburger helper?
Yeah, that doesn't look very appealing. And it's got meat in it, and I'm a vegetarian. So yeah, I don't think I would eat that, but there are starving children out there, and I always think about the homeless people and people that are living out on the street. That people that are from Africa that are starving, that look like bones. I've actually seen photos of that. People that actually look like skeletons, and that children that are starving, and it's actually very depressing. Like that's one part of like people that I actually have a lot of sympathy towards, and it is very heartbreaking. Um, when you compare it to celebrities that complain a lot and say, "Oh, but I haven't done this. My life's the worst. My life sucks." It's like those people out there that are starving to death. I just think that World War country, where people are starving because they can't leave their own homes, otherwise they'll be shot dead. You know, so I understand it. I'm raving on, carrying on. But anyway,
I know, I know. Mom was in the cafeteria, she was the new girl, yada yada.
And I didn't know where to sit at lunchtime, and there's this really cute boy named Joey who asked me
that's
to
a
sit
fake
by
picture.
him and complimented me on my hair.
Look how edited that picture
The
looks.
rest is history. Yeah, so let's talk about something that doesn't want to make me puke. Maybe like a new iPhone? What about
They
it?
didn't even get into detail.
Oh,
Get out of here,
hey!
boy. They didn't even get into detail. I know I'm only 1 minute into the video, but they didn't even get into detail. My mum and dad can be really gross, especially my mum because she goes further than this. They were just talking about how they got together and that. It's not like they're going around and saying like, "Oh yeah, by the way, if we didn't have sex, you wouldn't be born." And us create that's more grosser than they're just saying they got together. You you don't have to be gross
Yeah,
about
when can I get a new upgrade so I don't have to use this piece of crap?
Brandon, you know our situation. We will get you a new phone as soon as possible.
But everyone else has one. This is so dumb. Hey! Watch that tongue, young man. You two are so annoying. I wish you two never met.
Damn. I love how he tripped over the chair. The chair just falls. That part of the plot. That the chair just falls.
Like everyone else has PS5s, new shoes, and new phones. Parents are the worst. Are you even listening? I'm sorry, I find these feelings. What is that? It's a time machine.
Stupid effects.
Yeah, right. I swear. No, it works. Wish it did, man. I would go back 25 years ago and make it to where my parents never met.
Boy, you know, if your parents never met, you won't exist. I'm just saying. Like, seriously? Seriously? Is that what we're gonna be doing? Going back in time so that parents never met, so that we don't exist? Okay. This is another thing that bothers me about Doorman, especially mainly this video so far. Just like any show, like Days of Our Lives. Have you ever watched a Days of Our Lives program? And it's very complicated. It's like 1 minute. It's meant to be like a reality show, but with drama, more excess drama. So you know it's just bullshit on top of things. You know, like Home and Away or Neighbours. You know, it's drama, but at least it makes more sense, even though there's a lot of stupidity to it. You know, Days of Our Lives, especially Days of Our Lives, it's so stupid. Like, there's drama on top of it, but then you've got Marlena getting possessed by the devil, and people meeting the Tooth Fairy, and people bringing people back from the dead, and zombies coming out of the ground. Like, what is this show? It's like, is this like a reality daytime soap opera with like fantasy shit in it? Like, it's so complicated. And this is what Doorman's doing. It's like this doesn't actually happen. This is make believe. But you can time travel once in a blue moon. That can happen. But we're gonna be in shock because I'm like, oh, you can't time travel. That's non-fiction. It's like, is this show non-fiction or fiction? I know it's non-fiction. Oh no, hold it. I get fiction and non-fiction. No, it's fiction. I know this show is fiction, but you don't need to make like this show have fantasy with it. Otherwise, this should be like a fantasy show, like like Supernatural. It's very complicated.
Are you serious, bro? All you have to do is type in how many years you want to go back in the past and hit the call button. When you are ready to come back to the present, just hit the pound key and look at like you, Neil. Like above people, figured out time travel.
See what I mean? Like this.
See this? So I'm just gonna put this thing on, right? Press these buttons right here, and then magically just.
I love how he could just know which one was 2 and which one was 5. Kind of stupid.
Man, Neil, I had the craziest.
Can they not see him or something?
It worked. Make a move already. Lay off. I will. Well, yeah, better hurry. She's the new girl in school. You better act fast before she meets someone else. Don't knock your own dimes into her. I get it. Do you? Ew.
Did it say
Wait a
ill
minute.
there?
They haven't met yet. Alright. Let's see.
Wouldn't they be suspicious why he's there? Like, wouldn't they be like, oh, wait a second, where'd you out of? Where'd you come from? Like, see, I'm really bad at saying words. Where'd you appear out of? You were like, what? Where did you come from? But wouldn't they be suspicious to know, you know, I'm having an episode again with my ADHD. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, hold on. Wouldn't they be suspicious? Like, wouldn't they be like, How'd he pop out of nowhere? Wouldn't they be like, unless I can't see him or something? I don't know.
Who do we have?
Maybe they can't see
My
him.
old man's passing down his multi-million-dollar company to me once he decides.
I'm very confused. How they didn't think
Hey,
that was
what's up,
weird.
man?
He just popped. So they can see him.
Do I know you? Yeah.
So they can see him. So wouldn't they be suspicious how he just popped out of nowhere? Just like randomly sat, like popped into a, like near a table, sitting on a chair? Wouldn't they be suspicious? Like, if I did one of these, did one of these, and I just popped out nowhere, wouldn't people be suspicious? Like I disappeared or something, and then I popped out of nowhere? Wouldn't they be curious to know how he did that? These shows, Doorman is stupid.
On your features. Never mind. See that pretty girl right there? She is super into you, man.
So dumb.
Ha! Never talked to her before. Yeah, well, she's new. Her name's Libby. You should go introduce yourself, like right now. I don't know anything about her. Okay, well, her favorite color's purple. She's a Gemini. She loves pickleball, and her favorite movie is Legally Blonde. Okay? All right. What's pickleball and Legally Blonde? Just compliment her, and she'll love you. Okay? All right, go for it, man. Hey, Joey!
Yeah, Legally
Right?
Blonde didn't
Yeah,
exist.
you are. Wait a minute. Fam?
You do know that you're not going to exist, though. So that's also another dumb thing about this. He's not going to exist anymore. What's he doing now? This is so stupid.
Neil! Dude, it worked, man. I introduced my mom to someone else, and whoa, why do I sound like this? It's not just how you sound. I got the new iPhone. What the heck? I mean,
First of all, he wouldn't exist anymore. So if he came back and he did all that, and then he time traveled back to where he was, he should um he should not exist anymore. He should like be gone. Like he doesn't. He's erased from existence. I'm very confused. Does that mean like I'm very confused right now? Does that mean that they still got back together? Because they're acting like he's different, but he looks the same. Is it because he sounds different? I'm very confused. Doorman is very confusing.
you have a new dad. What did you expect?
But yeah,
I'm rich? Oh, this is fire. Man, I've got it made.
that's not how that works.
Hey.
He wouldn't exist. Why didn't they use a different actor or something?
No way! I have a PS5 and an Oculus? Neil the genius! yes! What do you want? That's good.
You promised you would change.
Oh, come on, Liv. Every rich, successful man cheats. You know what you signed up for when you married me.
I married you because I loved you, not so you could betray me every chance you get. This was the last straw. I want a divorce.
Fine. Hope you enjoy losing everything. Did you forget about our little prenup?
I don't care about your money, but I'm taking Brandon with me.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah? Well, I wonder what the judge is going to think when I tell him you have been unfaithful our entire marriage.
You learned nothing. I have all the money. I have all the lawyers. You have nothing. Everything you have is because I bought for you. This house, your whole little life.
Also, I just realized something. They are the same parents. They didn't use different actress. She's obviously the same mum as the other one. And he's himself. So he obviously still existed. See, this is the problem with Doorman. It makes no sense. Like fuck. I'm trying to okay. So let's go from it from the top. So he was poor. His family's poor. He doesn't like being poor. He wants everything to go his way, smoothly to his way. So, and he doesn't like eating the same food all the time. And he wished that his parents never met. So he went back in time to change everything. So his parents doesn't exist. He comes back in time to have two different mum and dads, only to be cast by the same people. So they're obviously the same parents. Just the mum obviously wearing a wig. They couldn't get an actress. And like what? He wouldn't exist anymore. That like their son does not exist in that universe anymore. He would disappear. He'd go back to his. He would disappear, but he won't go back to his other world. The helmet might go back to the other world. The helmet might go. Whoo, there's your helmet that you were creating, but everything else won't go back because he does not exist anymore, and his parents wouldn't be together. This is too confusing. This hurts my brain. Why does Dormin do this? Like, his existence. Yeah, yeah, it's terrible, Dormin.
Come on. You can believe me when I say that you're never going to see that again. Now get out of here.
What's the life lesson gonna be? Except being cool. It's gonna be some dumb lesson. Just know
So, how's the new life? Seems like it's terrible.
it.
We all set my mom up with that jerk. Oh, jeez, sorry. So, what are you gonna do now? The only thing I can do.
Okay, so he's got a new dad, but he still looked different. Actually, he'd be more different because his dad's. So you just got to keep on changing the timeline, just so that he doesn't, so he exists a certain other way. Why is he making his dad suffer more? What? Is Neil just working on this every day? Also, Neil would know what's going on because the chime would change not every time. So Neil has no idea what would be going on. The only person would be the kid that would be knowing what's going on. But I don't know how he would know what's been going on. But he does. I'm not doing this.
Actually, help. I've gone through so many dads, and every time my life gets worse. Way worse. Well, you can't keep trying to get it right forever. In fact,
He wouldn't be knowing what's going on.
You have
Like he wouldn't be knowing what's going on. Neil wouldn't understand what's been going because that timeline does not exist, and he wouldn't be in that. He'd be in the same situation, but it would be erased a certain way. So Neil would also be different every time as well.
Oh, one jump. Yeah, now you got one jump left, and it'll automatically bring you back here before it dies. You will have no control over it. I mean, zero. What?
Poor Neil. I feel bad for Neil because Neil went all out of that way just so that you know he he made this time travel helmet and he went all out of this way just so this kid can keep changing the timeline of how he wants things to work. It's like no, that's not how that works. And Neil, he stuffed it up for him, and I feel like Neil should go back in time and change something. You know, fuck this kid. This kid deserves to not go back in time because he keeps screwing the timeline, and every time it changes, he's bringing in a new different type of family, and that I don't know how that works because that's physically impossible. Does that mean that family met that family, or did that family like cheat and then got? Because he has looks like he has multiple different parents by the end of it. I'm very confused.
Well, looks like I better make this one count.
Poor Neil. He should be the one to use the last jump. Look at him.
Hey guys, I'm so upset. Hey, what are you doing in here? What? Come on, school's over. Computer lab's closed. Scram. Over? But can't be. Oh no. Oh no. Send me to the wrong point in time? Huh?
Yeah, I'd be confused with this bullshit.
No, no. Too late. Could be. If I can just go back in time a little further.
Also, how does the teacher know who he is? The teacher wouldn't know who this kid is because it's obviously looks like he's in his parents' timeline now. That he's in time zone, not timeline. That's not the right word to use. Time zone. So, so that means that he's now everyone. How does the teacher know who he is?
This is bad. Real bad. Hey, you know Joey, right? Yeah. What's up? Doesn't matter. Do you know where he is? Like right now? My whole future depends on this, man. Oh, it's you. Finally. Do I know you? Yes and no. But there's no time for that because. Whoa. This is where you live? You're having cereal with water?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know milk is expensive. Well, but milk wasn't that expensive back in the day. It was only like what 50 cents. I don't know. But like, I guess because of the economy, the I don't know words for different things, especially when I'm having an episode. Um, I guess it was still expensive back then because $50 is still pretty. 50 cents is pretty expensive for something. Yeah, now it costs $1 million just to live somewhere.
Anyway, I need you to come with me, like
It's a
right now.
joke.
Where? You know, Lynn, right? The new girl. She really wants you to ask her out on a date, like now. Really? Yeah. And go where? The mall.
Oh, so he's made his
Yeah,
mind
one day
up.
you have to ask her before the other day asks her. Other day? Yeah. I'll explain on the way. Wait. Do you have any other clothes? Maybe? Without holes in it? No, not really. Come on, come on. Oh, perfect. She's alone. I'm just supposed to go up to her and say what? Compliment her hair. Oh, and mention her braided bracelet. Don't worry, the rest will take care of itself. How can you be so sure? Just trust me. Okay? Oh no. Okay, listen. I'm undistracted. You go talk to Libby, okay? And don't screw this up. Both of our futures are riding on it. Okay?
Did he talk to?
Hey,
Oh,
Richie, right? Look, I have a really important message from your dad. It's about your inheritance. What are you talking about? Look, man, he needs to talk to you, like right now. He said, you don't go home? Dude, you're out of this will. Everything's gone.
so now you've broken someone else's timeline. So now that person's gonna think, oh shit, now I might not want to do that now, and now you've like destroyed that timeline. So now you have to go back and fix that. The show is so stupid. Ugh! Why? I hate these timeline stories. They're so stupid. Every supernatural show does it. Theme show, fantasy. Harry Potter does it. It's stupid. It's dumb. Nobody gives a flying fuck. Like the only one that can actually kind of do it is Lord of the Rings, and it's not even it's not even a timeline. I mean, it is, but it's stupid. Because now he has to fix that timeline. Wouldn't he be suspicious of how that?
Thank you. Thank you, God.
No, he wouldn't. They wouldn't be suspicious, wouldn't they? Be like, oh yeah, and but when he did fix it, wouldn't the parents be like, yeah, we met you in our future too, and you disappeared in front of us? Wouldn't they say that?
You're back. You're in a good mood today. Look, son, your mom and I have been talking, and you feel really bad about the whole phone. I don't care. I don't care about the phone, or the shoes, or the food, or any of it. I'm just so happy to are my parents.
Is
I
that
love
what?
you guys so much.
Is that the life
Aw,
lesson?
sweetheart. We love you too.
Kind of
What
stupid.
changed? You were so mad at us earlier.
I guess I just realized sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Ah, is that the message?
Wow,
I knew it was something
change of
dumb
heart.
like that.
Just want that. Well, feels a little bit like
If
it,
you
but
don't think about it much, it's not a dumb life lesson. Stupid. Everything is fucked because and they would be like, oh yeah, we remember you, son. We remember you back in our past, like when you disappeared, and then we were. It's stupid. Yeah, what we learned from Dhar Mann. Uh, I feel like it was a life lesson, but there was a lot of BS. Like, a lot. The plot's very. It wasn't so much, it was more the timeline didn't make any sense. I've seen more dumb timelines than this, but it was pretty bad in a lot of ways. Like, What? Still sick. So now Neil's timeline is fucked. Did you not forget about Neil's timeline? And that guy that you said all about this other stuff? Now his timeline's fucked. The one that was gonna fall in love with your mother is now fucked too. And now that your parents know that you were in their past, that would have been weird. They saw their son grow up and they're like, wait a second. I know you're our son and all, but we remember you. We remember this guy at school one time and he disappeared. He appeared and then he disappeared. Oh yeah, he was the guy that did me that favor to make me fall in love with you. Yeah, he disappeared and now our son is turning into that guy. Wouldn't they think that? And now you fucked up with all the other timelines. And what was with that other teacher that said you're gonna be late from school? How does he know who he is? Like, wouldn't he be suspicious to know who he is? Yeah, Doorman and its shitty ass writing. This show doesn't know how to do consistent writing. The plot, it wasn't so much it had continuity errors, but it wasn't so much a shit story. It's just how the story got together. And also, that made no sense how you didn't want your parents to exist, but you were going to go anyway to erase that. So that means you shouldn't have existed either. So when he went back to change something and then went back to his timeline, he should have, like, his helmet should have went back. What's his name, man? The other Neil's helmet should have went back, but he shouldn't have existed. So he should have just not like coexisted. You fucked it up. Not being a whole different person because that person doesn't exist anymore. Or have a different actor or something because that personality, that brain, that heart, that your whole existence of who you are, your soul does not exist. It's been erased. But anyway, it's stupid. This show hurts my brain so much. I hate Doorman so much. I hate this show with a burning passion. But anyway, fuck you, Doorman, for ruining our entire lives. Anyway, please subscribe, turn the notification, and click the bell beside you. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye!